Hey guys, welcome to the first video tutorial. This one's going to be covering what is financial accounting. It's our first video of our playlist for introductory to financial accounting videos. So essentially, as you go through your coursework and you want to supplement anything you're learning within your class, you can of course use these videos. We'll have 20, 30, 40 videos that will cover all the different concepts within Intro to Financial Accounting. So let's begin. By the way, I'll be narrating all these videos. My name is Dave, and let's start with what is financial accounting. So let's start off, and I have these trees here. Of course, they're not just trees. These trees are supposed to represent something. They're supposed to represent different sizes of companies or corporations. Some are medium-sized, some are very large, and of course, this is our corporation or our company. We have a small one, and it of course wants to grow. And the reason I use this tree analogy is because trees want to grow to the sky, as do corporations. They all want to continuously grow and become bigger and larger, but of course we're the smallest of the three, and we need to figure out how to grow to become more like the other trees. So I guess we might be thinking to ourselves, why don't we raise some money so that we can essentially grow our business, or at least be able to start business, or our operations, I should say. So this is our corporation over here on the left side. I should actually say corporation. And of course, over here we have some venture capitalists that we want to invest in our company. Maybe we want a loan from them as a group, or maybe we want to go to the bank for a bank loan. So we have two different routes, and of course the idea is that in order to get funds from either the venture capitalists or the bank, we're going to have to show them some type of proof, because they're going to want proof that our company can realistically perform operations and pay them back with interest, so they actually make a return on their investment. So they're going to want information to decide, and the kind of information I'm talking about are financial statements, which are a part of financial accounting. This is going to give us an idea of the performance or position of our company so that they can judge it and make a decision, because that is the idea of financial accounting. It's to essentially aid users with financial information so that they can use that information and make decisions with it. So let's get rid of some of this, and I'm going to list a quick definition of essentially what financial accounting is, essentially what I just talked about, which is that we make financial statements and communicate them to users, but I'm going to go over the first one as well. I'm going to cover each of these three individually as we do another example, and the example we're going to be using is we're going to be using a company pretty popular these days known as Apple. The reason I decided to choose them, of course, they're a very relevant company in this day and age. Of course, they have one of the largest market caps, $507 billion. It's essentially the market cap, if you don't know, is the value of all the shares within the company, and you can just get that number by multiplying the share price, 539, by the number of shares, and that will give you the market cap. So the value of all the shares, so the size of the company, and the size, of course, it's huge. So Apple as a company, why do I have that line there? Oh, let me just restate that and put Apple up there. Okay, so the idea is that we are the CFO of Apple, the Chief Financial Officer, and if you don't know what the Chief Financial Officer does, well, he does a ton of stuff for Apple, and it's actually this guy here that I've highlighted. He makes quite a bit of money. 2010, 700 grand, 28 million in stock awards. So if you ever want to aspire to be a CFO of Apple, that is his compensation. And of course, he puts in plenty of hours to justify that kind of compensation. I hope, at least, or for the shareholders' sake, I hope. But the point is that as CFO, I'm going to show you how we're going to basically show what financial accounting is about and why we have financial accounting. So the CFO, of course, he manages all the financial information within the company, prepares it and everything. So our first step of financial accounting is to record the transactions of the company. So what transactions am I talking about? Well, the transactions like payroll of all the Apple staff. Maybe we want to declare a dividend at the quarterlies or the year end. Maybe we want to purchase some equipment. Essentially every kind of transaction, all transactions are going to be recorded and they're going to be journalized. And journalized just means in our debits and credits way of financial accounting, they're just going to be reported. So we have all these journal entries. What are we going to do with them? Because they're so vast and there's so many of them. If we had those users like at the beginning, the bank and the venture capitalists, they're not going to want to see all these different entries. They're going to want to see something simple, understandable, and readable. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide them with financial statements like I was talking about earlier. So that was our second step right here. Summarize all that information, all those transactions into financial statements. And essentially these two steps right here are essentially what financial accounting is. And once we have these financial statements like the cash flow statement, income statement, balance sheets, and so on, that'll give those venture capitalists or the bank the idea, or not the idea, but I could say the idea of their performance and financial position of the company, along with other different characteristics. And once they have an idea of essentially how the company is performing as an entity, they're going to be able to make a decision based on all of that information, which is our third characteristic of financial accounting, which is essentially why we have financial accounting information. It's to communicate it to users like that bank that we had initially and those venture capitalists. Trying to write neatly here, as neatly as I can. And different users, of course, may be investors like yourself. If you want to invest in a company, you may look at the financial statements so that you can essentially purchase some stock, and maybe the price will go up because you've made a wise decision. Or maybe another user may be suppliers because they want to analyze the cash flow of the company to see whether they'll be able to get paid back, and because of course they want their money for the inventory that they provide, because most of it are on payables and that they will get paid at a future date. So these are different users and they all make decisions based off of accounting or financial accounting information. So that's essentially what is financial accounting. And the last thing I just wanted to touch on is that financial accounting, it's mainly used by external users, which are users outside the company, but it's also used by internal users. Of course, internal users are within the company, like management and employees. So it's used by both, but of course, it is more external user directed, I believe. And of course, internal users have their own type of accounting, which you'll soon find out as you go on within accounting, which is known as management accounting. So in the next tutorial, I think we're done for this one. We'll be covering the different structures of businesses like sole proprietorships and partnerships and so on. So I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. If you have any questions regarding accounting or any other material within our videos, you can tweet us at Notepirate. You can like us on Facebook to receive updates or to share any quick anecdotes about how our videos might have helped. And like always, thanks for watching us on YouTube.